Love between humans is just not easy. And without great examples or education about emotions, communication, sex, and what keeps love alive, it's too easy to be disheartened, settle, or give up on what you want most. I believe you can have the love and intimacy you want. And having coached thousands of people on their love lives for over 20 years, I know what love can be for you. So I'm bringing you people who share vulnerably about their dating and relationship struggles and how they learn to create the most connected, fulfilling, and exciting love and sex of their lives, so you can have it too. If you haven't yet taken the quiz to see what keeps you from having the best love and sex of your life, go to shanajamescoaching.com/quiz. You'll get a personalized report of your strengths and challenges in the 5 crucial areas that lead to your most fulfilling and exciting love and sex life. Go to shanajamescoaching.com/quiz to find out. Hello, and welcome to this episode of Practicing Love, Have the Best Love and Sex of Your Life After 40. Ooh. I am so happy to be here today with Ben and Kerena Saltzman. They are 2 people who I have known for a long time and I admire and just have such deep respect for both of you professionally and personally. Kerena is a Gestalt therapist and Ben is a seminar leader, and they've co-founded the Saltzman approach, which we'll talk about. And ultimately, I mean, you've been together for a couple decades now, and I'm so grateful that you're here to give a little bit of a window into how you practice love, having been through health scares and parenting, and now you're being in the sandwich generation and taking care of your parents. I mean, life is challenging. And what I see from the 2 of you is that you manage to keep cultivating love and deepening love. And so thank you for being here to inspire people.
Thank you.
Thank you
for bringing us on. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to say, either one of you, as we get started? It could be, a story about what brought you together or something that you love about each other, anything that comes to mind or heart.
I mean, the one thing I was thinking about when you introduced us and you say, 20 years, is I feel like it's gotten easier over time, just through the practice of it. We were sitting with a couple of close people on Sunday, and they're getting ready to get married. And they're trying to get all their work done and work on themselves and make sure all their relationship stuff was figured out. And we're like, you guys,
it's already over.
Resolve all the issues before we get married.
You're signing up for all the stuff that you're talking about that's in front of you. Like, it may or may not shift, right? I mean, the hope is you get a little better at doing it. Yeah. So that
it sounds like you have, which is amazing, right? I mean, that it is getting easier.
A
lot of people talk about it getting harder.
Well, when we're at our worst, it doesn't look good, right? But I feel like we're committed enough to get out of it and be like, all right, let's try to keep on this road of loving each other well.
Yeah, and to me, it feels like a commitment to using the skills, to living in alignment with the principles, to not just allowing our emotional reactivity and, I'm going to go pout in the corner because you hurt my feelings, or I'm going to decimate you because you're making me angry. Like, it's, it's a commitment to kind of operating at this level instead of just letting your base instincts just run the show.
Yes.
And that gets easier. Each time, for me, I don't know if this is true for you, each time we work through something that's tough, and it's like there's anger and snarls and we get through the other side and you're closer together, it just makes it that much easier to do it again.
Yeah.
Like the first one is the hardest.
Yes.
And then, you kind of
do you have a set of principles? I mean, I know you both teach, there's therapy, there's the Enneagram, there's circling and authentic relating and things like that. I mean, are there specific principles that you have that you live by in your relationship?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what you just named, a lot of the principles that come out of those fields, we've woven together and like, okay, this is whoever's gotten more consciousness and whoever's not triggered, they're going to get the other person's world. They're going to be doing the listening. They're going to be holding it down while the other person is spinning in their shit. Are we allowed to swear on this podcast?
You can swear.
Yeah, great. So yeah, when the other person's all messed up, whoever's got more consciousness, it's their job to be the adult and to get the other person's world so that the other person feels heard and their nervous system can relax and come back to presence.
Yeah. That's such a generous way and a team, like a way to be a team together, right? It's not like, well, now you're triggered, so I'm going to be triggered.
I think one thing just recently that I was like, wow, when we come at this and it's like, hey, there's something we're doing here that's not feeling good to me. Versus it's even me or it's you, but there's something in the we that feels tight and it feels like we're being short with each other. And it's just more like, how do we team on this? Versus that feels really good to me to approach it that way.
Yeah.
The we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And coming out of that, relationship, we love to blame the other person. Oh, well, if you just acted differently, well, you got mad and you shouldn't have. Well, it's like always.
Well, you.
Yeah. And so to really be like, okay, we both probably have a part in this. If you look at your part in it and I look at my part in it and we look at how we're coming together, the Enneagram plays it. I'm an Enneagram type 7, so I get triggered by certain things. Enneagram
you were a 3.
8.
That's so interesting.
No, 7.
7, okay.
And she's an 8, so she has her own different triggers. And so sometimes just holding that context and understanding where the person is coming from and how we're triggering them, that kind of lets a little bit of the tension out.
Yeah. Really, like, as I hear you say that, okay, even if someone doesn't know the Enneagram, which is incredibly powerful personality typing system, to know where the other person's coming from and to be willing to almost see behind their eyes, right? What is creating this reaction is, again, so loving.
Yeah. We started using this language recently, perspective jumping. Like, how do I put my perspective aside and get inside how you're seeing the experience, what's happening, and kind of describe it to you so that you go, yeah, that's it. You're getting me and why I'm getting frustrated and what's happening. But that's a master level move to be able to do that, particularly when the heat is between the two of you and just
it's really hard.
We're entrenched and this is how it is and this is what you
It's like it's what you're practicing for. I always say that to people, like in the heat of the moment, that's when it's hardest, but that's what you're practicing for.
Yeah,
so
that's
you can have more choice in that
moment.
moment.
Practice.
I also think that there's a commitment to every week we have a couple hours that's just us. We're committed to just be together during that time. And that has been really helpful because it just allows us with the busyness to just keep coming back into presence and enjoy each other. And it might just be laying in front of the fire for a few hours, but just no distraction. Just like, how are we nurturing the we?
Sometimes we're eating, sometimes we're making love, sometimes we're just talking about what's happening, but it's a deepening and it's a slowing down.
Got it. It doesn't have to be a particular format, but slowing down, deepening, not the surface conversation.
Right. Yeah. And it might even be sometimes that I'll be like, wow, I don't even really want to be here. I'll notice resistance to being there and slowing down and being with you. I'm like, but I sort of out that to get up. I'm like, not saying I'm going to leave here, but I'm just needing to say that I just want, like, I'm just itchy about being. Sometimes it's my own discomfort with dropping back into intimacy.
Yeah.
But
I love this.
Type 8.
But being able to be honest enough to get past it and not have to withhold it, because
Can we talk more about that? Because I think that is so bold and beautiful, right? That when you are a couple who gets to the point where you can say, I don't like you right now, right? It's very different than you just said, right? But
I don't want to be around
here right now.
Probably doesn't be accurate.
Or I don't want to be intimate. I don't want to lean in close to you.
I feel prickly.
Yeah.
Noticing that you feel that way. And what do you think makes it safe between the two of you to actually talk that way and open up so vulnerably?
I think if you were to, like, you don't over personalize it, that's helpful. Because if you took it really personally and it really hurt and then you went away, then I would probably not feel safe to do it. Yeah. But I think we both understand that we're speaking it in service of the relationship and actually to get closer, not to get further away. Yeah.
Right. It's like we have to out what's real for us in an authentic way, even though in a regular format that might push the other person away. But in this relational container, we have real deep agreements to be authentic, to be raw, to be kind of upfront. to like, let's just do the real thing.
Yeah.
Knowing that if we can make it through that, there's intimacy on the other side. There's more connection on the other side. And I was kind of like, oh, she's a type 8 on the Enneagram, like making fun. But really, naturally there's kind of a prickliness, or we've been away from each other for a while. I come back and I'm like, oh, hi. And she's kind of like, oh, God, you know. And I just know, well, okay, this is part of the character structure. This is part of the thing. And in 5 minutes after she's told me about how much she doesn't want to be around me, then she'll
be warm and loving.
And I'm easily smothered, you know. Even with my daughter, our daughter, and you at night, you know, we'll all snuggle together a little bit before we all go to sleep later, and I'll just be like, God, get off. You know, I'm just like, I get smothered.
But I like what you said about outing.
What's that?
I like what you said about outing yourself, because I think a lot of people feel like, well, I got to hide this because it's not very, you know, presentable, or someone's going to feel hurt or offended. But you said, this is a relational container where we have agreements that we are going to, you know, relate in such a way that brings us more connected, that creates more possibility for intimacy.
Yeah, because usually when stuff happens that we're not excited about, we don't want to be around the person, we just kind of shut down. I mean, this is the human, right? I'm just going to be quiet and go in my own space, and you're going to be quiet and that just, there's more and more distance over time. It just separates. So if we can actually talk about the or own the, I don't want to be around you right now, or I feel distant, or whatever it is, and just kind of stay with what's real for us.
Yeah.
We kind of have this, we're going to be real over being nice.
Yes.
We're going to choose to be authentic over
just shoving it under the rug. And I want to go back to that moment where you, Ben, can stay with her prickliness, with Kerena's prickliness, because I think I hear so many men when I'm working with them just be like, you know, then they either shut down or feel like a woman, you know, they're not wanted. And it's so painful. And so there's some way that you're orienting that's allowing her to go through that and make it to the other side. Yeah. Whereas the resistance would just entrench that.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you do that?
Well, how do we do that? I mean, one of the, you know, so part of it is the skills. We've been we train a lot of people, and we've been really trained in just that perspective, jumping and getting the other person's world. Just if I'm feeling angry or like I want to pull back, I just don't indulge it. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Instead, I lean in. I try to get what's going on for her. I try not to take it personal. I do know her Enneagram type, so that depersonalizes it some. Mm-hmm. And so there's just this way when, it's like this Aikido. Yeah, you've got some angry or something, but it's not about me. It's about your thing. And
I think sevens have a way of not personalizing things really well too.
It's like a little gift.
Have a way of just like having it not go to heart so much, you know?
Yeah.
And putting a little positive spin on it.
Nice work. I mean, there is a way for someone who does take it very personally, right? I would say that is an opportunity for growth and for finding that deeper peace in oneself, where we're not looking for that external validation. Not saying that anybody should stay in a relationship where someone is just committed to, being prickly all the time, right. But to let each other go through these waves, especially as, women who are aging and going through perimenopause, we have these waves, right? If the other partner can hold some steadiness, then we can actually crest and splash onto the shore.
Yeah, because if you do the reverse, right, and he goes away because I express any of that, then it's in my instinct then to not express any of it.
Right. And then what happens to you? Yeah, when you're not expressing?
I would probably have to express it with girlfriends. This is driving me so crazy. And I would feel closer and probably want to be more connected than I would here.
Right.
To the girlfriends.
If that was my safe place to voice this stuff.
Yeah.
If I couldn't be prickly with you, I have to take it somewhere.
Right. So then I lose out on the intimacy and the connection and the, vacations and the lovemaking and all this stuff. But I'm like, wait, no, don't go over there with them. Come play with me. Like, this is our relationship here. Don't bring all of your stuff over there. I want it here.
Yeah. I would say we also have, Ben has a men's group. I have a women's group that we take our own stuff to when there's times where it's too much to hold for me, or it's not even mine to support him with. And we also both have our own therapists, but it's like being able to take things offline.
Yeah, that's huge.
Out of the relationship and get support with people we trust is a big one, whether it's a friend, a close friend who's really good, or, but that way it makes me feel like, oh, I don't have to hold that. He's got, these guys will hold it for him, and they're great. They'll do better than I would do.
Yeah. And what I know about you, Ben, but you correct me if I'm wrong, and both of you, it's like, you're not in a men's group where you're going there and bitching and complaining. You're in a men's group where you're actually going to explore your own psyche and soul, and right. How do I love better? How do I show up better in the world? How do I be more of who I deeply, truly am?
Yeah. Yeah. I was just thinking about that, how this comes back to that question that you were asking earlier about how do you not get really triggered when the prickliness comes. I think part of it is being in these group containers, like circling, right? Yeah. So in this practice, we're really training constantly to get this one person's world. There's a circle of people, 5, 6, 7 people. They're getting trained on how do I get this person's world? How do I understand them deeply? How do I reveal what's coming up inside of me in such a way that I don't trigger the crap out of them? Yeah. I'm authentic and they can receive it, and they start to understand how they're impacting the relational field.
Yes.
So when you've done hours and hours of that kind of practice, it just kind of gets into your being.
It's so interesting. I love hearing that. I mean, and because when I was creating circling and doing circling back in the past, and now I think about, like, I've been writing about dating. So there's, being in a relationship and dating. And I've just been thinking about how I think when I was dating, I was sort of circling these dates, and having this perspective of, like, who are you? I want to know you. I want to, right. And so many people are going in just, I don't know, like, are you the one? And I need you to be this way. Just right. So from all the way from dating into relationships, getting someone's world, it's such a powerful stance. Like, how, I really want to understand you fully. And there is one of my favorite books is Undefended Love. I don't know if you've read it.
Yeah.
It's just like, we're so much in a habit of defending ourselves. Yeah. We're prickly and I'm this, or why I don't deserve this. I didn't, why are you I'm so nice to you. But, like, wow, when as you're talking about it, you're really getting to know each other and be connected with each other.
Yeah, there's like an intention of, I'm going to get to know you in deeper and deeper ways. And that swimming in that water a lot, you just soak it in. It just gets into your being. Yeah. And so when you're with your significant other, or if you're on a date, you're not just going through a checklist. Oh, yep, makes this much money. Oh, he, okay with his mom. Oh, just, you're just going, you're actually deepening into who is this person? What do they care about? What do they value? What's going on a deeper level? Why is that such an important thing for them? We're swimming deeper into them. So there's this kind of rich exploration. Yeah. That standpoint, that place to come from seems really powerful.
Agreed. Yeah. It's like most people come from, I don't know, it's more self-focused, I'm not judging that, but it does feel like, right, me, how can I get this need met, or how can I'm blaming this other person because something isn't going well for me.
Right.
And so much of what you're saying is the we, the us, the commitment to both authenticity and a kind of connection, communion, intimacy.
Yeah.
And I think in long-term relationship, it's easy to go into that, oh, I know you, or, oh, you're this type, or, it's just so easy to take that route, but not rooting in that too much. Like, I'll say, I'm just getting to know you really after 20 years. And I really like that perspective
Yeah.
because it keeps me open and interested and wondering what's going to come out of his mouth that I don't know. And, not
seeing possibility, like, because some people, when you put someone in a box, it's like, my mom says this all the time, he's never going to change. I'm like, you could try therapy. She's like, he's never going to change. I'm like, well, with that attitude, never going to change.
Or, hey, he's changing all the time in ways I don't even know.
Yes. And I love you saying open to it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, the way we hold the relationship is this is kind of a container for our own self growth and development. So if I'm getting triggered and it's happening over and over again, that's, in my world, that's the next level of healing, saying, hey, I'm here. Whatever it is that's getting triggered in our relationship that's up inside of me, whether I'm feeling isolated and alone, or I'm feeling, I'm a 7, so if I'm feeling contained and she's making me do shit I don't want to do, or, whatever the thing is, it's like, I've got to deal with this thing now. That's the juice for the transformation.
I think that shift of this container is growth and development versus why the fuck is this happening to me is a huge one.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge. And I think a lot of people, I see couples in therapy, and I kind of like the more complex ones sometimes because people are fascinating. And it's like people don't get to that point. They're like, things are just really bad, and that's why we're here, right? Mm-hmm. Versus this idea that this is a growth container, and we're going to trigger each other, and we're both going to try to take responsibility for our side of the road and better ourselves.
Yeah.
It really humbles I think it humbles the system, and it creates more space, and it creates more evenness in the field and more goodwill somehow.
Like there's a vibrancy or an aliveness that comes with it. You see so many relationships these days with people who've been together for 20 years, 30 years. There's a deadening of the relationship.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like, I want this relationship to be sparky and alive and some vibrancy. I'm like, well, what are we going to do now?
Yeah.
What's going to happen? Oh, shit. We could say anything.
Well, also, right, that vibrancy, that aliveness, it reminds me of Esther Perel's The Mating in Captivity, where it's like, we sacrifice the excitement for safety as a relationship moves on. However, what I'm hearing you saying is you're not sacrificing the excitement. You're actually continuing to build it and find it and see that, we don't actually know each other, similar to when we were dating. Still don't actually know each other. And so when we keep getting to know each other and we are committed to that vibrance, then you actually get to have it with the safety.
Yeah.
Right. And it's almost like a leaning into the thinking I know you.
Yeah.
Right. Or the story that I think I know you. It's dangerous to be this vulnerable in a long-term relationship. Right. I mean, it really, it's not like, because you could leave me. Right. Or I could leave you. So there is this, like when we're really truthful to it, it's not so safe and comfortable. And that's what I enjoy.
I don't think of it like that. I don't know.
I enjoy holding the perspective of like, you could die. Like impermanence exists. Because it keeps me awake to the appreciation of it and not taking it for granted and just being like, well,
Yeah, it does feel a little bit. So when there's a growth container, it does feel like there's version 1.0 of the person, 2.0 of the person, 3.0. So I'm encountering 4.0 version of Kerena in the past maybe 6 months. There's been a lot of, I'm not sure if this is what I want to do with my life. Am I going to continue down this career path? She has other opportunities that are opening up. She wants to go in these new ways. And again, this is version 4.0. Who's she going to be now? I can't wait. I'm going to be in support. I'm going to, I love who this person is, but I don't know what her next thing is going to be. I don't know what the next incarnation is. But there's some aliveness just in that possibility.
That's really beautiful too, because some people feel threatened when their partner grows or changes, or, are they still going to want me, love me? But I'm hearing a security that you each have in yourselves too. Like it could happen, right? Either one of you could die or leave each other. It's not like we can know what's going to happen, but because you're so willing to be discovering each other and open and standing for each other, like, oh, I want you to be happy, you're so much more likely to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, because it increases the vitality of the relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben, you said when Kerena was saying about seeing relationship as dangerous because it's vulnerable, someone could leave, you were like, I don't see it that way. What's your side of it?
Well, I'm Enneagram type 7. It's just rose-colored glasses, baby. To me, it's like I have a real strong belief in the love and the container and the skills and the principles that will keep us together. That we'd have to have some serious shit go down.
Yeah.
To break.
You have to get really, really bad for a long time.
And in the really, really bad, at the beginning, there'd be a lot of conversation around it getting bad. So it wouldn't go downhill.
Yeah.
So that's to me why I don't, like, that's not a concern.
It doesn't feel vulnerable or dangerous to you.
Yeah, it doesn't feel dangerous to me. It feels dangerous if we go off the rails and we don't, continue the way we have been. That I could see us going that way, or more possible of death than breaking up in my world. That's what it feels like to me. It's like, I suppose we could break up if things went really, but it'd have to be going bad for a long time, and we'd have to totally abandon shit we've been doing for 15 years together.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. Does that feel true?
That feels true. Okay. But I also think you have more of a secure attachment and two parents that stayed together, and I have a little more of a, single parents, things can happen, little anxious attached, different lay on the land.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like you naming that too, because also, again, being someone who's, doing your therapy, doing your work, doing all of this spiritual work too. It's like, oh, you can still recognize some of those anxious attachments that you hold.
Yeah.
And not live from them, but see them.
Yeah.
Or practice with them.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think there's something about seeing couples. I have a lot of compassion for couples and a lot of like how they find themselves in bad places in love and not have seen it happen. The distancing, the stonewalling, like it's all a slow wearing away of love. And so I think we're just committed to not slowly wear away the love. We're like, okay, let's double down on this that has us feel connected and loved. And then when things get, when bad things happen, like Ben's mom passed this last year. He had heart surgery 3 years ago. I had breast cancer 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. So we've kind of gone through these things that were tragic, but I think we did them really well. Mm. Like we came out closer, more committed to love.
What let us do it well?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. Good question.
What let us do it well? Okay, well, here's the first thing I remember on my journey. It was that this is your path now. And somebody told me that, who was my osteopath. She's like, this is your path. You got breast cancer. This is just your path. And I was like, if I knew.
And your spiritual path.
This is your spiritual path.
Not just your path. Yeah.
And I said, if I knew you didn't just have breast cancer 3 months ago, I would be like, fuck off. Right? But I trusted her because I know she also had that path. Yeah. But something about owning it is like, how interesting can I make this? How much fun can I have with it? How supported could I even possibly get?
How supported?
Supported.
Yeah. Which is like not easy. Enneagram type 8 to be supported. That's like, So this was a big shift.
Yeah.
And we were supported in mass. I mean, we have a lot of community. I'm an introvert naturally. I'm kind of shy. I'm reclusive a bit. What? We had to create. Yes. This is, I get that a lot, but it's true. Okay. We had to create community over time here locally, and they showed up in mass when she had cancer, and my men's group came over before she went in.
That was so sweet.
I know. They were beautiful. There was food delivered. Everybody kind of bringing us homemade food for weeks on end. There was just this, we were wrapped up in this community field in a way that just felt extraordinary. Like,
even like the night before, my surgeon was like, she sings to you before you go under.
Oh,
and she texts me, I have backup singers. I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
So there was this sort of like surprise beautifululness along the way of this journey that I would have never suspected to have backup.
never imagined.
Pre-surgery.
Yeah.
So that part was just life happening in a really beautiful way.
What did they sing you? What was the song?
Everything's Gonna Be All Right by Bob Marley. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Aww.
So like somehow treating the tragic, like maybe there's that joke that there's a whole pile of shit and someone's like, maybe there's a pony in here somewhere. But somehow being willing to see life as like, what could be here?
Yeah.
That could help me.
This is happening.
I mean, you went through a freaking intense heart surgery.
Yeah.
That was not, he was in ICU it was brutal.
Mm.
And there was a way that when we came out of that, I was like, wow, I didn't realize I was holding back my love for you.
Yes.
Mm.
Shit. I've been holding it back. And now I'm just like, I can't do it anymore. I'm just going to lay it on. But I wasn't aware of it until after something happened to him.
Yeah.
For people who are like, am I holding back my love? What did you feel, or how did you notice that you were holding back?
I think it was that having something happen that could take him away had me feel like, I still have so much to give to him, and I haven't really fully made myself vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Like 17 years in, I'm still a little...
I think
fully.
Yeah, that vulnerable. I think each time you go to a new level of love, it's a new level of risk and vulnerability, and just getting, your heart stomped on, or getting it ripped out, or it's like, oh my God, can I allow this level of love to kind of consume me?
Yeah, yeah,
and it's with the other, and there's a mutuality in it, but it's also a bit of a solo journey. Yeah. Like, I'm letting go of something that was my identity before. I'm a little too cool to love you or that much.
You're like, I don't know if I'll be able to meet it or not. He's like, I'm not sure, but I'm welcome to you just deliver it.
Yeah. She's like, can you meet my love? I'm like, I don't know. Like, we'll see, but I certainly don't want you to hold it back because you don't think I can hold it with you or be in it, or,
Oh, so beautiful.
Mm.
Yeah, there were so many things you said in there, and that sense of giving, like that vulnerability is also a way to give to your partner. Isn't something that people always hold, right? Sometimes it seems like vulnerability is a receiving, or vulnerability is a doing, but like vulnerability is actually a generosity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like a gift, a tenuous gift.
Yeah. And I keep finding, and I think I've had teachers who've said this, and so it's been an exploration for me where I'm like, there is a part of my heart that never breaks. Like there's the part that feels stomped on, or the part that feels, bitter, or the part, any of those things. But then there's like the unbreakable heart underneath that, to me, love feels like it's a practice of learning to rest in that heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. That feels good. That feels right.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, there's something inside you that will always be able to love and will be okay.
Yeah.
Like even if all hell breaks loose.
Even with all the cracks and all the...
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm kind of mesmerized by people who they've lost like a big love of their life,
Yeah.
and yet they're still so vital.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of somebody in our larger group and just so willing to play and so alive, and yet they just went through this loss of this loved one. So
there was a deep love between them. They were like in it together. In a way that is rare, but she is vital and alive and kicking and in life. Like, I'm so impressed.
But it's that heart you speak to, right? That isn't conditional to the circumstance.
She didn't shut it down. She opened.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like we just got like a master class. I keep thinking of When Harry Met Sally and how they did those silly little interviews at the end and how different this is, like that this is profound, where we get to sit down with you as a couple and be like, tell us how you make it work. Tell us how you love each other more every day. Tell us how you keep, navigating your own shit. Like, it's so precious and rare. And I'm so grateful that you're here and speaking about this.
Yeah. And I think partly too, it's like the commitment is to this, and the commitment's to this, but also, we have a child and we want her to grow up in an environment where she's 16 and we want her to be in the goodness and in the love. Yeah. And so I've always been super aware that, sometimes couples would be like, kind of sitting with their arms folded on either side of the room. And it's like, you know what, get over it, because your children are the ones who will take the hit about you taking this distant stance with each other. They're watching us, and it's not the fighting that's the thing. It's the, can we resolve and come back to love? Yeah. And so I've always been aware of her in our we. Yeah. And if we're arguing a lot, she'll be like, you guys are arguing a lot. Or if we're not in a good way, how do we work it through to come back? Yeah. For her too.
Yeah. Which is, none of us are ever not going to, there's so many nevers in there, not. We will always have disagreements or always have things where we struggle, but that reconnection, repair, coming back to each other feels so important.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I hear a couple tell me, oh, we've never argued, we've never fought, I'm immediately like, so how much aliveness is there between you? Like, yeah, mummies don't fight either. They just sit around and don't do shit. It's like, so we get intense. We are two very intense souls, and we fight, and we argue, and sometimes we even swear at each other and do things that, we don't ever, character assassinate the other person. We have some rules on how we fight, but it gets intense.
We get mad.
I like that you have rules about how you fight. That's powerful.
Yeah. There's certain boundaries you don't cross.
Yeah, there's just certain things that you don't say and you can't. But there's a lot, anger happens, intensity happens, swearing happens. And so our kid has got to see us and go at it and then come back together and repair and connect and love. And so I think that just having that modeling allows for her to be okay with the intent. And I see it with her boyfriend that, she's willing to
stand up for herself.
So there's I don't know, there's just something about standing in the power of our authentic expression, even when we're triggered by the other person, that allows for something to happen.
Beautiful.
She was hanging out with a friend the other day, or a close baby friend was here. They're now 16, and they were talking about their parents, and she goes, my parents don't really fight. They just shove it under the rug. She goes, but my mom's a therapist and all. And my daughter's like, my parents fight. My mom's a therapist. It was this funny juxtaposition. Then we all just laughed. It's like, everybody's different. But I do think sometimes people will be like, I'm amazed at how many couples are in marriages and not having sex. Blows my mind. I could not be that. And yet I'm like, okay, here's two grown adults choosing to be in a sexless marriage, and that is their choice. Yep. They're like, rather than get divorced, rather than go do something, this is what I'm signing up for. Yeah. So just we're all sort of picking and choosing what we want.
Mm-hmm.
And like we're kind of picking the vibrancy package. And just kind of, I don't know, just shining a light on like different, it doesn't make it wrong or bad. It's just different, you know?
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all of this. And do you want to say a couple words about the Saltzman approach? And, you know, when people find you, you can tell us where, also how to find you. What are they finding?
Yes. The saltzmanapproach.com is the website. And we start you off with a free webinar where we get into all these skills and the best methods for your personal transformation. How do we use the Enneagram? How do we use circling and some of the skills we talked about here? How do we get into shadow work as part of your transformational journey? And that webinar, if you're interested, next step is a 12-week online course. And you'll dive in. You'll discover your Enneagram type. You'll start learning the skills. You'll practice the skills in small groups, virtually. And if you really want to go into the big pool, then there's a year-long program and facilitator training after that. So it's a progression of classes.
Awesome.
I think many people want to better their relationships. They just don't know how to. Mm-hmm. And so this is a model of here's some ways to get your feet wet and do some practices and see that if you could take that back to your relationships and better those and deepen those connections.
I love it. And I trust you too wholeheartedly. So go check out their website, their programs. We'll put all the links in the show notes. And again, thank you for being here and sharing all of this wisdom that it's taken decades to build and to live with all of us.
You too.
Yes.
You too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you joined us for today's episode of Practicing Love. I hope you enjoyed our conversation and gained insight into yourself and your current and past relationships and inspiration for what's possible. If you like what you heard, I'd be so grateful for you to subscribe and write a quick review to help people find us. If you'd like more support in your love life, be sure to get your free copy of my best-selling book, Honest Sex, at shanajamescoaching.com/free. That's shanajamescoaching.com/free. And we'll see you next time.